Hey everyone, I'm Willie McBride, the Santa Barbara Youth Sailing Foundation's Junior Program Director, and first of all I'd like to thank everyone who helped to make this such an awesome year. Since the last annual banquet, we've had over 150 sailors participate in sailing programs throughout the year, and our sailors have received countless distinctions that you'll hear a lot about in this awards presentation. None of this would have been possible without the volunteer hours contributed by our board members, including our fearless leader Ed Schifferns, and a big thanks to the Santa Barbara Yacht Club Women's Group and their tireless fundraising efforts, which helped us purchase 10 brand new FJs for the program this fall. Thanks also to the numerous parent volunteers and coordinators without whom this program would not be half of what it is. I think that everyone who has interacted with our coaching staff can appreciate the enthusiasm and energy that they bring to every practice. So thank you to Sarah Schaupeter, Newt Cutcliffe, Jake Bartline, Savannah Brown, and the other coaches who've worked with the kids throughout the year. I'm sorry I can't be there with you this evening, but I'm currently racing at the Meldrish 20 Europeans here in Sardinia, Italy, so that I can bring back some new experience to share with our racers this fall. Without further ado, I'd like to announce the winners of this year's Perpetual Awards. And in the interest of time in the video format, if everyone could please wait to come to the front until the end of this presentation, we'll do the award presentations first, and then at the very end, everyone can come up and we'll take some pictures and give you your awards. Our first award of the evening is the Fleischmann Perpetual for Scholastic Achievement. At the Santa Barbara Youth Foundation, this is one of our most important awards because school and sailing go hand in hand. We currently have alumni of our program sailing for schools including MIT, Brown, Stanford, Berkeley, Roger Williams, College of Charleston, Boston College, UCSB, and many other prestigious universities. And we know that in a few years, many of you will follow in their footsteps at top schools around the country. This award is given to high school sailors who have achieved a GPA of 4.0 or higher in the past school year, while at the same time maintaining their commitments to high school sailing practice and regattas. Will the following sailors please stand up to be recognized? Renee Burkus, Caroline Gay, Evan Heffernan, Stephen Long, Jody Jacobs, Cameron Morello, Lauren Siegel, and Maria DeAngelis. Please give these students a big round of applause for all of their hard work in sailing and in school this year. Our next award is the Santa Barbara Yacht Club Women's Anniversary Trophy for the Summer Pram Champion. Each year, the SBYCW Anniversary Trophy is awarded to the top Youth Foundation Opti sailor. In the last year, our Opti race team has developed a lot, and as a result, 10 sailors and their families traveled to one or more international events this year. Several of our team members competed at the coveted Team Trials Regatta, and many more have qualified themselves for this year's Team Trials in Connecticut. Our Pram champion this summer was a part of the U.S. national team, representing the U.S. in Italy and the Virgin Islands. And in addition, he was the top Youth Foundation finisher at the SCYYRA SoCal Series. Over the summer, our award winner began training in the 29er skiff and finished first at the Junior Olympics at his first ever 29er event. So I think it's safe to say that his practice in the Opti has prepared Lucas Pierce for a great future in sailing. Please give a big round of applause for Lucas. Our third Perpetual of the night is for the Laser Class Champion and is called the Bob Keating Perpetual. This Perpetual trophy was donated by Bob Keating and is awarded to the top Youth Foundation laser sailor each year. Every time I checked laser regatta results this year, Matt and Stephen Long were either tied or else they were within about 2 places of each other. I think that their strong finishes at nearly every big laser event in the U.S. this year are testament to the time that these two sailors put in training together and pushing each other to sail faster and smarter. The two brothers were so close all year that in order to figure out who would receive this award, we dug through as many results as possible to make a decision. Stephen placed second at the Youth Champs while Matt won the Junior Olympics. Stephen was third at the Laser Midwinters West, and Matt won the single-handed national qualifier. Stephen placed third at the single-handed nationals, and Matt was 7th at the International Orange Bowl Regatta, and the list goes on and on. But ultimately, the trend that became very evident in the results was the team aspect of the brothers' preparation. As a result, this year we've decided to award the Bob Keating Trophy to both Matt and Stephen Long. Congratulations, Matt and Stephen. Each year our next trophy, the double-handed dinghy champion, Old Man of the Sea Perpetual, is given to the sailors who compete in the highest caliber double-handed events throughout the year. Our next two award recipients live farther from the water than almost anyone else in this program, commuting nearly 45 minutes every time they go sailing. However, the two managed to log more hours on the water than any other Youth Foundation sailors this year. Many months they logged over 40 hours. Their commitment to training paid off when they proved for the second year in a row that they're the top junior skiff team in the country by winning the Youth World Qualifiers and qualifying to be the sole skiff team to represent the United States at the ISAF Youth World Championship. At the championship, they finished 6th in a field of 29 country representatives in Limassol, Cyprus. The following week, they competed in the 29er Open Worlds, placing 8th out of 213 teams from 25 countries. Please give a big round of applause for Dane and Quinn Wilson. The Sheridan P. Gerard Trophy is awarded annually to the Youth Foundation sailor or sailors who have demonstrated the highest level of crewing ability throughout the year. This year we had many deserving candidates, including Niles Sterner and Caroline Gay, who helped to qualify the Dos Pueblos High School team for the High School Nationals, and Evan Heffernan for his first place finish at the 29er Junior Olympics. Ultimately, one Youth Foundation sailor in particular demonstrated dominance across a range of classes, competing in the U.S. Sailing National Championship of Champions and placing in the top 10 at 2 World Championships. Dane Wilson spent time training and competing in the 29er, 420, and Sea Scout classes this year, while also finding time to do some big skiff sailing in 18-foot skiffs with former world champion Howard Hamlin. Most recently, Dane has been gearing up to graduate into the Olympic class 49er. Congratulations to our top crew this year, Dane Wilson. The Outstanding Junior Women's Skipper of the Year trophy was donated by the Santa Barbara Yacht Club Women's Group and is given annually to the individual who's been judged to have performed exceptionally on the water while making significant contributions to the junior sailing activities at the Santa Barbara Youth Foundation. At the beginning of the summer, we had an extremely enthusiastic group of girls start sailing 29ers. Every day, Jody Jacobs, Kira Oakes, Lauren Siegel, Caitlin Egan, and Caroline Gay would show up at the Youth Foundation dock to sail 29ers in the mornings, and then many of them would stay all day long until the end of the afternoon program. Jody Jacobs has been a part of the program all year and has worked hard to improve at rudderless FJ sailing and skippering in general, and her practice has really shown in her rapid improvement. Jody will be skippering in the 29er Hamlin Series this year and will be a skipper on the Santa Barbara High School sailing team. Please put your hands together for our Outstanding Junior Women's Skipper of the Year, Jody Jacobs. This award is the Santa Barbara Cup and is given to the junior who has shown the most improvement and willingness to learn throughout the program. This year we had a lot of significant achievements and milestones. And one of those that came to mind right away were Renee and Soren's stellar performance at the high school PCCs. But the winner of the Santa Barbara Cup this year stood out from the group when she almost literally broke a leg at practice. In October, Lauren Siegel was practicing roll tacks with Evan when she planted her foot wrong and dislocated her knee mid-tack. After being rushed to the hospital in an ambulance and being told that it would take several weeks for her to recover, I was worried that she would never want to sail again. But the day the doctor told her she could get back on the water, she was back at it and extremely enthusiastic. I had a chance to sail with Lauren in an FJ in the middle of the summer, and I can't wait to see what she and the rest of the Santa Barbara team can do in the upcoming season. The Dean Smith Perpetual Award is given annually to the girl or boy who has been judged to make a significant contribution to his or her high school sailing team. The individual displays a Corinthian spirit and should not be judged solely upon their results in sailing competitions. This year, the Dos Pueblos High School sailing team qualified for the High School National Championship, becoming the first Santa Barbara team in over a decade to achieve this. The whole team did a fantastic job to get there, but one unsung hero of the season was Jonathan Bearden, who attended every practice as the backup skipper and joined the team in Chicago for nationals, where he went back-to-back sets in A and B division on one of the windiest days of the event. Will everyone please give a round of applause for Jonathan Bearden. Our next award recipient has really impressed me in the last year, stepping into a leadership role that has had a very clear impact on the team. The Catherine Brown Perpetual Award is given annually to the girl who has been judged to have made a significant contribution to the junior sailing program. And this year, Cassidy Chevett's contributions as the Commodore of the junior board brought the race team together outside of sailing and dramatically improved the relationships on the team. Cassidy couldn't be here tonight because she is starting school at the College of Charleston in South Carolina, but please give a big round of applause for Cassidy. Our next perpetual is the Ryan O'Shaughnessy Perpetual for the most outstanding sailor. This trophy is dedicated to Ryan O'Shaughnessy and is presented to the individual who's been judged to have made a significant contribution to the junior sailing activities at the Santa Barbara Youth Foundation. This individual has good citizenship, integrity, sportsmanship, social attitudes, and has represented the Youth Foundation respectfully in many major events. Stephen Long has been on the race team since I started coaching the group, and in the 3 years that I've worked with him, his growth as a sailor and as a person has been immense. His sailing results in the past season speak for themselves, placing 3rd at the Laser Midwinters West, 1st in the Frost Series, and leading the Dos Pueblos High School team to place 11th at the High School National Championship. This was the first time in over a decade that a Santa Barbara team has qualified for the Nationals. Beyond his sailing, Stephen has helped coach up-and-coming laser sailors. Last weekend, working with 5 of our Opti Racing sailors to help them transition into the laser. Next year, Stephen will be attending UCSB, and I'm excited to hopefully keep him involved with the Youth Foundation. Please give a big round of applause for Stephen Long. The final perpetual trophy that we will award tonight is the Jeff Simon Perpetual. Jeff was a Youth Foundation alumni who sailed for 4 years on the UCSD sailing team. During this time, Jeff was instrumental in recruiting and mentoring new members, fostering enthusiasm within the team, inspiring everyone to work hard and do their best, creating better relations with sailing alumni, organizing better regattas, and creating a bond between all the team members. Jeff loved to introduce new people to sailing, and his love for sailing made it fun for everyone around him. In 2007, Jeff tragically lost a battle with cancer at the age of 22, but he will always be remembered for his spirit and his love of sailing. This award is to recognize someone who embodies those same principles. When I first announced that part of the race team requirements this year would be race committee volunteer duty for the yacht club, one of our sailors asked if he could receive credit retroactively. I jokingly said that he could as long as he'd logged the dates and times, expecting that no one had. Evan Heffernan immediately produced a log of 44 days worth of race committee volunteering from the past year. This is just one example of many that exemplifies why Evan is this year's Jeff Simon Award recipient. Evan is always the first one at practice and is always the last one to leave. He spends almost every afternoon at the harbor, and if he can't convince others to go sailing with him, he usually finds a boatwork project to work on anyways. Please give a big round of applause for Evan Heffernan.